How do I get my wife to trust me?
Isn't that the age-old question?
What did you do to break the trust in the first place?
Were you a cheater? You're a cheater?
Pumpkin eater? Pumpkins. Hey everybody, welcome back to Am I the Devil, where we decide if you're the devil
Or an angel.
And just a little bit of a refresher on this game, because there seems to be some confusion in the comments.
We don't like confusion.
So I have devil horns on, right? This might mean that I might say some things that are contrary, or perhaps play the devil's advocate. It does not mean that this is my opinion, okay? And Mike also might try to find the good in people.
As I do.
It doesn't mean that there is good. We are having an intellectual but stupid conversation. So we're clear. I hope we don't have to do that disclaimer before every single video, but that is the game we're playing.
So just hold your horses.
How do I, 37 male, get my wife, 35 female, to trust me? Hey everyone, I'm currently with my wife's lack of trust in me. I don't know what you're saying, sir, but I'm just gonna assume that you're upset about it.
You're cheating on her with her lack of trust?
We've been together for a total of 12 years, 7 of those years married. In the course of our 12-year relationship, I cheated twice. Bing, 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 bing.
I think I found the root of the issue.
The root of the problem. That is 2 times too many, but not to the point where you would consider me a serial cheater. I mean, it wasn't just once.
Like as in you eat different cereals? Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
What does that mean? You can be a cereal eater, but you can't be a serial cheater. Think about that.
Well, he's saying that cheating twice is not a serial cheater.
It's not like Beetlejuice. It's not like saying it 3 times is bad, but you can say it twice.
I love the minimizing of these things. Like, it's not that bad.
I only cheated on her like 1.5 times. Like
One thing about me, unfortunately, I don't have the greatest resistance skills. What I mean by that...
Yeah, neither do I with cookies. That's different.
He always feels like he needs to tell me when he eats a cookie. So at least I know if you ever cheat, you're going to tell me right away. You're never going to hide it from me.
Well, I'll never cheat, but like if I'm trying to eat healthier and I eat something bad, I tap her on the shoulder, Charlotte, and she'll turn around and look down at me and I'll say, I had a cookie.
I ate a cookie.
She's like, well, you're an adult. I don't care.
You're literally an adult. You can eat a cookie if you want to.
I'm a bad boy.
So he says, one thing about me, unfortunately, I don't have the greatest resistance skills. What I mean by that is I never initiate things, but if an attractive girl comes on to me, then it's over. You know what I mean? Like one of my coworkers, I don't know how he does it, but there is this one girl who's the hottest person I've ever seen and she wants him bad, but he's loyal to his girlfriend.
Yeah, because he's in a relationship, you dingus.
Yeah, and they are long distance. I told him, bro, we would all understand if you tap that crying, laughing emoji, but he's just like, nah, it kind of sounds like he has morals and he loves his girlfriend.
Wow, it's so strange. I've never heard of that before. What are morals? Is that like an old wooden ship?
But I don't have that level of self-control, unfortunately. That's why I have to set boundaries with myself.
Okay, miss, you can't walk in this room because if you do and you're attractive, I may be tempted to go for a little smoochy touchy. And we don't want that. Jeez.
You're not making a good case for yourself, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. This is a train wreck waiting to happen. My first time cheating was 10 years ago. Now again, I never initiate first while in a relationship, but this girl at the gym I used to run with started hitting on me and it was over.
It was over. My clothes practically fell off. It was so weird. She had these superpowers.
This is crazy. My wife, girlfriend at the time, found out and I had to fight like hell to save our relationship. I set boundaries and wouldn't hang out with girls alone that I could see myself sleeping with if the opportunity presents itself. I also assured her if I ever cheat or cross her boundaries, I'll tell her and she will never have to find out from a third party again. Now last month, I messed up and up cheating. I immediately told my wife and she's now acting as if I'm a serial cheater. She's trying to adopt some very harsh measures. She says she doesn't want me hanging out with women one-on-one outside of work. This has some complications because I have women friends where it's purely platonic.
Yeah, right.
But not if they were really attractive, and if they were attractive, you would f them. Are you just saying that you have platonic friendships with women that you would not sleep with?
Do you not know the word or term willpower?
Now, from my wife's perspective, she feels she doesn't trust when I say this relationship is purely platonic because she thought the person I cheated with was platonic and then I slept with her. Now, I'm gonna explain why this is a bad example.
Just keep digging yourself. Maybe if you keep digging, you'll find yourself in her living room. Over here.
So in case I did tell my wife this was a platonic thing and I'm not attracted to her, but this is a unusual instance. The girl I cheated with, she's one of the military liaisons at work. To be honest, she has She has a below average face. And in uniform, I couldn't tell what kind of body she had. We hung out and then I saw her outside of her military uniform and she had a body out of this world.
Uh-oh, I can feel my willpower failing me.
Error.
This is really ridiculous. I should have considered the fact that seeing her in regular clothing might make me see her differently. Still, now my wife is trying to set these terribly restrictive rules that impact my other relationships. Kind of sounds like...
You caused that to happen.
Yeah.
No sleeping with women. Well, yeah, that's fair.
It just sounds like you now have like consequences for your actions and you don't like that.
Yeah, that's what happens when you are a bad little boy.
The thing is, I have had other opportunities to cheat. I reject them, I cut them off, and then tell my wife. Wow, that's literally like the bare minimum. Good job. So literally, you're doing the bare minimum. You don't get a pat on the back or a trophy for that. Normally, like I said, I'm very good at making sure the women I hang around don't find attractive. This was just a weird case and I need help explaining this to her. There are so many attractive people out there. If you can't have any willpower, like there will always be attractive people out there. It just kind of sounds like your wife can't trust you. And for good reason. You literally cannot stop yourself from cheating if the person hitting on you is attractive.
I think she needs to read this post.
I think she needs to read this too. This is cray.
Maybe you're just not meant to be in a relationship.
I honestly think that you're just not that kind of person.
But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, just don't commit to somebody.
No, I think that you need to divorce your wife like immediately because it sounds like you are the type of person that cannot be monogamous.
You have compulsion issues. I'll help guide you in a direction, but I can't have you up here in my penthouse. It's way too holy up here.
You can have consultations with him.
We have office hours once a year, maybe like for 10 minutes or so. I'll give you like some nice, warm, angelic porridge.
Porridge. Mate, you cheated twice and expected your partner to accept it. OP responds, not accept, but I've been really good at avoiding these situations. And this was just an unusual case, I'm assuming you meant. But the rules we had in place are working. There's no reason to make it more strict. Clearly, they're not working because you cheated again. You don't sound very smart. Like, I'm sorry. You sound kind of dumb.
Or just delusional.
You kind of sound like you suck, to be honest. How do I, 37 male, get my wife, 35 female, to trust me? Honestly, at this point, I would not trust you as far as I can throw you. It just sounds like you're not meant to be in a relationship and you need to divorce your wife.
And maybe go to therapy.
Yeah, maybe find out why is it that you cannot be loyal. And, you know, if you really decide that you cannot be loyal to one person, then don't make your wife be in a marriage where she's forced to be with someone like that, you know? How he talks about women in this is very telling. The fact that he like says, oh, she's got an ugly face, and then the minute that she was in normal clothes, all of a sudden he was interested in her. I don't know. I just like, I'm not a fan. I feel like your wife is a little too good for you and you need to work on yourself. So come on over here, honey.
You can have him. Bring that nice, cute, hot brand that you like. Just says petty.
Petty on the butt. You
Petty
know,
on the
just
butt.
brand him red on the butt.
Maybe on the front for him so you can learn a lesson.
You are the devil. How do I get my 40 male wife, 37 female, to speak to me after a prank?
What did you do? You want to hear something kind of funny? I love scaring people. I think it's the funniest thing ever. I actually like it so much that I start to laugh before I can even do it. I'm like hiding behind a door, like... But Murphy, our dog, will not let me do it. So if I start hunching towards Charlotte as she's like in the bathroom
creeping,
or coming in the
like
door,
sneaking.
He won't just bark. He'll go like...
And he warns me, like our dog warns me, so Mike literally cannot scare me.
For now.
You think Murphy is your ally? Yes, I will scare you again.
My 40 male wife, 37 female, and I have been married for over 6 years. And I've started to feel like our love life lacks the same zest that it used to have. So I decided to play a bit of a prank to make things unpredictable again.
Uh-oh.
A few nights ago, after we had done the deed, I picked up my wallet and flung $20 at her before leaving the room.
That's very funny.
Ever since, she's refused to sleep in the same bed with me, and she doesn't seem to care that it was nothing more than a joke. I understand that I must have done something wrong, but if I cannot even open a dialogue, I don't think I can smooth things over between us. Any advice?
I'm pretty sure that I've made the joke. That was great. Leave the money on the dresser.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm laughing. I think that is actually why I'm laughing, because I know, like, we've both made jokes like that after Mom and dad do things together, you know? They have quiet time together.
You wrestle.
We have made jokes like that, but also we have that kind of relationship. I feel like if your love life lacks zest, I think that there's other ways of like spicing things up than like calling your wife a whore. You know what I mean?
No way.
Or yeah, making a joke about it.
I think that a joke like that could be taken the wrong way if you were not like on good terms or like comfortable being like intimate in that sort of way. We have that kind of relationship because we just have like a jokey relationship where we know the other one is joking almost always. Like it's rare that we're not joking. Like I actually have to sit him down and be like, okay, this is a serious conversation, Michael. We actually have to have a serious conversation like adults.
I have to like turn off the. Even at the altar, there were jokes.
Yeah, there were just always jokes, always.
Didn't you fart at the altar?
No, that was you.
Right.
The point I'm trying to make is that if you say that your love life lacks zest, does that mean that you guys like haven't been intimate in a while? I don't know. I feel like there's other ways to like spice up your love life other than making like a crude joke like that. Then again, I also see the joke is kind of like...
It's silly. I wouldn't say that. I don't think that's spicing up. I think that's just making fun of... Clearly, you guys aren't having a good enough dialogue about it.
Yeah.
She feels it. You feel it. And instead of healthily talking about it, I don't know, she got offended by it. She knows that you want maybe to have a better, zesty, intimate life, but maybe that wasn't the best way to go about it.
You know, it is a joke. I just
It's a
think that, like,
joke.
for the record, if you're trying to open a dialogue about getting closer with your wife, I would say do things that she really likes, like buy her flowers or like take her out on a nice date.
To what restaurants would those be?
I've been meaning to go to and you know,
Just asking
like
for
butcher chef again would be nice, or
that'd be
like
cool.
you know, we haven't been to Julia in a bit. Anyways, so you start the day with some nice compliments. You make her feel super sexy. You know, like I feel like there's a different way to approach it. I do think she's being a little stuck up. I don't think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah, no,
but like
dude.
it's not the right way to go about it if that's what you're trying to achieve. You know.
I do lots of stand-up up here in the clouds, and I think that was a hilarious joke.
There you go. And like I said, like we've said that to each other before.
You're not a bad person. Maybe he was a little distasteful, but I still think like you're a funny guy. I can work with you.
I don't mind you, honestly. Like, not for me, but maybe for him.
Let's see some comments first.
Okay.
Before I sabotage myself.
The joke wasn't very funny, but being cranky for days over it. Yeah.
That's ultimately the thing, right? It's like maybe your relationship isn't that jokey, and that probably wasn't a smart move, but the fact that she was that upset where she didn't sleep in the bed for several days.
Did you try, like, apologizing?
Did you try to offer more money?
There you go.
Maybe she was offended at how much you offered.
I would be offended at only 20.
What if you opened a briefcase full of
Yeah,
cash?
honestly. I mean, I would start by like maybe apologizing. It doesn't sound like you did, but it was a joke, so I don't know.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he was like, "Oh, come on, honey, it was a joke. I'm sorry."
I think you have a good point. I think the $20 is also kind of offensive.
Bro, we are overanalyzing the shit out of this.
Yeah,
you
okay.
jokingly threw a 20.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
overreacting.
Yeah, she
come
is.
here.
She is. You're right.
I
Yeah,
want you to come here.
I actually agree with that for once. You might disagree, but I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Remember, it's a game, but I am in character. Come here, my sweet little son. Come here.
How do I get my 29 male girlfriend, 31 female, to stop letting the past dictate our relationship? Let me guess. We have another cheater. My girlfriend and I are in a 6-month relationship, but we were originally together for 3 months, but I cheated. She broke up with me. I spent 7 months trying to get her back and then finally got her back, and now we're 6 months into a relationship, take 2. The relationship is great, but she makes passive aggressive comments when I hang out with my homegirl, even though I haven't cheated and I won't cheat. The reason I cheated on her was in my past relationship, I was used to being able to cheat and she would take me back. She would be upset for a week, but ultimately I would get her back without much effort.
That's gonna be a yikes for me, dog.
Buddy, you had a very dysfunctional first relationship. Welcome to the big leagues, pal.
Yeah, that's not normal. Important note, this is what happens to the brain when you forgive cheating over and over. We signal that it's okay? Because there's no consequences. With this woman I'm with, I cheat once and she was gone. I had to beg her and fight so hard to get her back. Freaking 7 months. She was clear, if I do it again, she's done. It's not worth doing that again. I've been loyal for this part of our relationship. Even my friends, both male and female, are like, wow, you actually haven't been cheating, and they're proud of my growth.
Oh my
That's
God.
saying something. Like, if your
friends know?
Your friends are literally like, whoa, like you're actually like acting like a normal human being. Good job.
Good job, buddy.
Good job. You're doing the bare minimum. I just wish my girlfriend would see that also.
You did this to yourself, buddy. You've come a long way, I guess.
I think a few comments are not really that big of a deal. And obviously the punishment worked because you changed, correct? So I think a few comments here and there, 7 months, yeah, it might seem like a long time, but like trust takes a long time to rebuild. So it kind of just sounds like you made your bed, now lie in it, you wanted her back, and I'm sorry, but things aren't just gonna be the same. You're gonna have to earn the trust back.
Sleep in it, pig.
Sleep in it, you dirty little filthy cheating pig. Guys, you don't get it. I got used to kicking old people. The fact that it hasn't happened in a while is something worth praising. So someone said, lol, your friends must have such a low opinion of you if they think that the fact you haven't cheated again is an achievement. OP responds, I mean, this relationship where I would have been faithful because I genuinely love her. I think the reason I struggled before was I didn't like my exes like that. Plus, I was always able to get them back. This just shows how much I really love her.
Yeah, buddy. No.
I think genuinely, if you really loved her, you wouldn't have cheated on her in the first place. But
or understanding that it's not normal to have a relationship where you cheat.
Yeah.
Unless you have rules. Unless it's like you have an open relationship.
You both have discussed this at the beginning.
This is you, this is her, and you say,
I will be with other people. Is that okay with you?
and they say,
Yes, I will as well.
Great.
kiss, and then other people. And that's okay, and that's happiness. That is that's a love story.
You asked, how do I get your girlfriend to stop letting the past dictate our relationship? I am sorry, but you cheated. You betrayed her trust. And unfortunately, it's going to take a little while to gain that trust back. And unfortunately, that might never be rebuilt. Like, there might always be something in the back of her head that says, you know, that she doesn't trust you fully. And you have to be okay with that if you want to be with this person.
It's just going to take time.
All you need to do is just time. Like, I'm sorry that you're annoyed that you kind of have to suffer the consequences of your actions, but that's what happens when you do something bad.
You can probably have this guy.
Like, you don't get a trophy for doing the bare minimum. I'm sorry. It's not an achievement to like go like a month without doing something totally shitty.
Grow up, be an adult, handle your compulsions.
Yeah.
And if you can't be in a relationship with someone, then don't be in a relationship with someone.
Literally.
Because then you waste their time.
Guys, I cheated on multiple girls and just once on this girl. Y'all should be so proud of me because I didn't cheat on her again. I cheated, but I love her. It's so true. I find it interesting that you cheated, you betrayed this person, yet you still want to be with her, you know? Like, you don't get to dictate how she responds to your betrayal. You got her back. That's what you wanted, right? Am I the a-hole for texting from my girlfriend's phone?
Depends on who you were texting and what you texted, but let's find out.
My girlfriend was doing some time-sensitive work on her computer and asked me to go through her photo gallery on her phone and send her some images. As I was going through the photos, she got a text from someone that said, "Love you, princess. Good night." Heart emoji.
Oh.
Doesn't look good. I understandably got freaked out and started looking at the text history. I didn't need to read a lot before seeing red. My girlfriend has been chatting with this person regularly, mainly about her day. He keeps calling her baby and princess and sending her lots of love and hugs and kisses. I feel shocked. I thought I had a great relationship with my girlfriend. I looked at the name again and suddenly remembered my girlfriend had mumbled it and something about chocolate in her sleep the other night.
In her sleep? I mumble about chocolate in my sleep. And in waking life, too. That is so messed up.
Yeah. I could see this had been going on for a while and I got really angry. So I sent a message to the guy about how he was scum for calling somebody else's girlfriend baby. And then I deleted the messages and blocked the number.
Wow. Without confronting.
Not a great plan.
This was an hour ago. I don't feel like I went too far, but now that I've cooled down, I've been wondering and wanting some outside perspective.
Ooh, buddy, you may have jumped the gun. What if it was like her grandfather or something like that?
Yeah. Using pet names does not mean like cheating, you know?
No, but it's very weird. I would have confronted her immediately.
I would have definitely asked her about it before blocking the person and like inserting yourself because you don't know for sure. Oh, there's an update.
Uh-oh.
Update. So it turns out I fucked up big time.
Oh, God. I figured out.
My girlfriend came here as an international student and has relatives from other cultures. It turns out that what I thought was the affair partner's name was actually the word for her aunt.
See, that's the thing. It's like you don't know.
Yeah, I understand you kind of moved in the shadows and like looked into it a little bit more.
How hard would this have been? Hey, who's blah? And then she'd be like, oh, that's my aunt. Oh, problem avoided.
I was just on your computer and you got a message from like so-and-so, like who is that? So this is her elderly aunt that helped raise her, which is why the messages were so affectionate. Apparently she makes a mean chocolate cake, which my girlfriend had been dreaming about the other night.
This is a really funny, like, it seems like a bit.
Yeah, this is really funny. I thought this was complete BS, but my girlfriend made me read through all her messages from the beginning and I realized she was telling the truth. My girlfriend is pissed. Apparently her aunt has been crying because the message I sent and because I blocked the number, it took a while to clear the situation up. She cursed me out for 5 minutes and said I'm a total scumbag and it's over and then kicked me out. Thanks a lot, Reddit. Why are you mad at Reddit? You did this and then wrote your Reddit post.
I think both of you overreacted. I don't think you deserve to be dumped. This could have been avoided if you just said, hey, who's this?
Totally.
And also, you were robbed of an incredible chocolate cake.
I think it's good to like give our partners the benefit of the doubt until we have glaring proof.
Innocent until proven guilty.
I say love bug and baby and babe to like pretty much everybody. I use pet names for pretty much everyone.
Oh, by the way, I blocked a couple people on your phone.
I think you're right. I think that they both kind of overreacted. I don't think that you're a bad person. I think that you should have trusted your girlfriend. I don't think her talking about chocolate cake in her dreams is a sign that she's cheating. Also, here's a good note. Why would she so freely let him use her phone without supervision if she were cheating? It's a very good point.
It is a very good point. That's why I let you know my code. You know everything.
Yeah, but you don't know mine. You do know mine. You just forget. Personally, lots of love and hugs and kisses doesn't sound like something a significant other would say. It sounds exactly like an elderly person texting. Thanks a lot, Reddit. What the did we do? It's not like we told you to break up with her. It's not like we told you to accuse her of cheating. You did that all on your own. This guy's just a little dumb. Like, honestly, I don't think he's a devil, but like, I also don't think he's like an angel either, you know?
I still think like he could be on my end. Like he made a mistake. She didn't need to dump him. I think he should have given her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is a purgatory candidate. Should we send this guy to level P?
Let's put him in the purg. All right. My male 32, wife, female 35, is upset that I gave money to a woman selling when I thought I was just being helpful. What should I do? I try to be generous. So me giving money to people isn't an unusual thing for me to do. My wife and I do well, and this issue isn't about the money. Last week I was online and I saw a post from a woman that I went to high school with. She had a baby early this year and was talking about how things were difficult, and she was asking for help. I decided to give her $100 to help her out. I figured if she was lying, it wasn't a ton of money wasted. She hated me in high school, but I thought that was the past. She had a link to give money in her profile. I sent the money and sent a message saying I hope things turn around for her. I figured that would be the end. Turns out, she sells images online and has other social media accounts for that. She replied with some suggestive images and then posted a thank you to me online and made it look like I'm buying her stuff.
Oh no.
Oh God, another dummy. Oh no. It looks super suspicious because the username for her donations is a play on words around some spicy stuff. I didn't notice until after she started posting. You can't really be this dumb, can you?
Yes, I am.
But even before that she tagged him, if she was coming up on his feed, he must have known.
Well, I guess the post was about how she's struggling, not necessarily the like spicy stuff. Well, now people are seeing this post of hers and my wife is pissed. Understandably. So as it looks like I'm out buying images from women online. What should I do to help show people I'm not doing anything here?
I think you were a little careless, bro. I think that it comes from a nice place, I guess, but that was a little careless and dumb.
It was at the very least very dumb, or I feel like maybe you're lying. I don't know.
Wouldn't you, before you give someone money, go creep their profile and say like, oh yeah, they're like a dog sitter now, or oh, they're like an accountant or something like that.
Yeah.
You think you would have gone to her like Instagram or Facebook or whatever and she would have had some like racy photos maybe, or like something suggestive?
I don't know. I just don't know if I buy this excuse.
But also,
honestly.
like, we don't know how tech savvy this guy is. You know, I'm just being a little holy here.
Did he give to a GoFundMe or did he give to like OF, like the fans account? Because if that's the case, don't you like need an account in order to give money?
Well, that's a big thing that we don't know.
She had a link in her profile to give money.
If it was an OF, then that's a bad boy. Automatic down to hell.
Yeah, obviously people in the comments have picked up on this. That sounds like he's trying to lie on Reddit to see it'll work on his wife.
I can see the debate here though.
Yeah.
Like if it's a very suggestive link, if her profile is all about that kind of racy stuff, then like he's a bad boy. If it's all hidden and he had no idea and the link was like a GoFundMe.
This sounds like a lot simpler than what he's making it to be. It sounds like he's talking himself in circles. Yeah, everyone in the comments like, I don't believe for 1 second you thought you were donating for anything other than spicy images. And he got caught because she posted about it on her page.
I mean, if she's posting that stuff on her page, that thank you for donating, and people like knew right away. Like the fact that everyone knows that he bought images from her, that people know that means that there's obvious things like red flags that publicly showed that she like was selling photos.
Yeah, for sure. Someone in the comments said, I guess I'm kind of naive because I found it somewhat believable. I mean, it might be believable, but like, honestly, this sounds to me like someone who got caught, who is kind of like lying his way out of it.
I find it like mildly believable.
Mildly believable?
Yeah, there's too much we don't know.
At the very least, he's very, very, very dumb. But I'm sorry, like, unless you have no idea what those websites are, which is kind of like hard at this point to have no idea.
Maybe he's just not very tech savvy and he's stupid.
I guess.
If this is like horribly like going to hell and this is like, you're innocent, my sweet little baby child, I'd say he's somewhere like just towards you slightly. I think that I believe part of it, but like there's too much we don't know.
I think he's lying. Agree to disagree.
Again, this is a game. This is a game. Don't come after me. You should be ashamed, Mike. He's a cheat. Hey, relax. Look, I'm not actually an angel.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Okay, I'm a real guy. Okay, this is a game. I believe a little part of him.
As always, guys, it's okay to disagree. By the way, we can disagree with each other and we are still going to have spicy time later.
We are?
But obviously, I want to know what you guys thought about these stories down below in the comments. That was Am I the Devil? Thank you for joining us. Subscribe!